Biden visits KC to talk infrastructure. All right, roll
boy.
it.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Hope he doesn't have to say numbers.
Billion trillion.
Here we
I
go.
don't know where that phrase, it's a big deal, came from. If anybody remembers that, which you seem to all remember, after the president spoke, and I spoke after, then President Obama, he was back to my right. And I went back and made sure I was talking on his left ear because he was down the hallway. And I whispered what I said. How in God's name anybody heard it, I have no idea. We were going to go from there over to the Department of Transportation. Department of Education. And I walked out the back and got in the presidential limo
Kind of rhymes.
on the driver's side.
It was the sanitation.
Back seat. The president, he was already in there, and he was laughing like the devil. He was almost hysterical. I said, "What's so damn funny?"
What is he
And he
doing?
told me. And I said, "You're just lucky my mother's not alive. I'd be one dead man." County Executive Frank, right, he lived the life I'd hoped to live. Resident in a business as well.
One that you could speak
I
in?
actually was foolish enough to ask Floyd Little whether he could get his. He was a friend of mine in Syracuse. If he
Floyd
could
Little?
get his
Sure. The running back.
agent to see if I could walk on. You know, 50, every year they allow 50 folks to walk on.
He was a walk-on, D.
The guy's 109
Well, guess what?
pounds.
Did he win a Super Bowl?
He said he came back to me laughing. He
Twice.
said, my agent said they're afraid if they let you walk on, they'd have to just carry you off. 500 bridges, nearly 10,000 miles of roads in Kansas and Missouri in poor condition.
No.
Like the Central Avenue Bridge, which was closed earlier this year for fear of failure. A similar bridge not far from here going to Kentucky, there was fear of failure and it collapsed. The average price you're paying here in Kansas City is below $2 a gallon, $3 a gallon. It's down to $2.90 a gallon, 20% down from a month ago. Bingo. As Manuel said, we're in a situation where we've known that our infrastructure had problems for a long, long time. You know, the fact is that you're looking at Mr. Amtrak here. I've traveled over, God's truth, I've traveled over 1,250,000 miles on Amtrak. Everybody thought that, anyway, I remember one day, as vice president, the government keeps fastidious records of how many miles you travel on government
Oh,
planes.
here we go.
And so there's a big
I was
headline.
going to say numbers.
Biden travels, I forget it was, 1 million miles on Air Force Two and so on and so forth. And one of the conductors I know for years walked up and grabbed said, "Joey, baby, Joe,
There it is.
big deal.
There it is.
1 million miles, or wherever it was, 1 million miles on Air Force Two. Come on, Joey." If my dad were here, he'd call it a misspent adulthood. Under the leadership
What?
of mayors like, our mayor here. Power lines, electric grids, better,
I
stronger.
just want to see someone in a white
This
jacket.
is the
put him
United
in
States
bed.
of America, for God's sake.
Two.
Where?
I mean,
United States.
the United States of America.
It's the United States of America, for God's sake.
And that's not hyperbole.